Hey yo, it's Brandon Lord. Welcome back to Rome Total War as the Scipii. If you recall last time, we had a couple epic battles around Sparta, and we were able to take it, which is pretty awesome. Look at these ships out here. They're gold experience. That's ridiculous. No wonder why we couldn't have our fleet survive. Oh, man. And today, hopefully we can go and take Corinth. They have a pretty light garrison, so we should be able to get in there pretty well. But, yeah, the Macedonians took Athens last time with a pretty large army. Lots of cavalry, though, so not quite. Well, I don't know. They could be threatening if they use the cavalry correctly. But we're not at war with Macedon. We're actually allies with the Macedonians, I believe. So we're not too worried about that at the moment. So that's nice. And first thing we got to do here is put some buildings up in Sparta. We can build a trader first. And then we'll... Why am I trying to do that without merging the guys here? That's just silly, guys. I'm silly. I'm a silly. There we go. Yes, very nice, very nice. We can train all those guys, and we can train pretty much everything. I vote for training another unit of archers. That'll be very beneficial for us, so let us do that. And then we'll finally have our second unit of archers. We had that other unit of archers from the start of the game. Kydonia here is still a large town, and we want to take that soon, but we don't have any ship power. And speaking of which, I think it's about time to build another navy, so we're going to build 4 units here and 4 units here. And we can't build them here. Can't build triremes here. Not in Lilybomb because it's only a large town. Because triremes require shipwright, which is only available in a minor city or above. So we're going to add a couple more ships to the queues. And that should be a pretty nice navy for us. Should be able to defend against pirate attack. And then we should be able to ferry the guys around. And perhaps we'll even build another army to send over with the fleet. Oh, that might be a good idea. We'll see, though. And looks like the Thracians have Propontis here. We can move our diplomat up north and towards Dacia. We can have talks with the Dacians, and then perhaps move over to Scythia. Have talks with them as well, so we can, you know, get more trade rights with people as we expand closer towards them. And Carthaginians still control these settlements over here. Spain still controls their beginning settlements, so no ground has been taken on this front over here. That's fine. I'm kind of rooting for the Spanish because then it'll make it a lot easier to take down the Carthaginians later. But then we'll probably have to fight the Spanish eventually because I want to go take Spain. So, I don't know. We'll see, though. We will see. And next term, our army should be retraining. We should be able to launch an attack against Corinth. So let's get to that point, save it, and end the turn. There we go. Looks like Carthage is sending a large army on a boat. I'm not sure where they're going, though. Hopefully they're not going to try to take back Carlus. I mean, we have a ceasefire, I believe, so that wouldn't be their first objective. Perhaps they're going to go fight Spain. Egypt's got a lot of diplomacy going on. That's fine. A couple triremes, build lots of stuff, retrained, all good. Lost quite a bit of money there, probably because we queued up all those triremes and stuff, and all the retraining. That's okay. We can build triremes in Sparta as well, but we're not going to probably build a couple as they get over here. Build a unit of Hastati for now, for garrison. And we'll send this army out. Actually, we'll get rid of these mercenary hoplites because they're very damaged. We don't need them. And we'll keep these 3 units in here. See how happy they are. Ooh, they're red. We can put it down to low for now, and then garrison's already close to maximum. Maximum garrison percentage is 80, so we're not going to really need the rest of the garrison. It's pretty much all about the city's happiness, but yeah, whatever. We'll build some siege equipment here, and hold on a second. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go deal with something real quick, but okay, we're ready back. And Macedonians seem to have quite a bit of force in the area. I hope they're not planning to betray us. That would be unfortunate. That would kind of mess with our plans, but we'll see, though. Excuse me. And things over in our main settlements here are looking pretty good. Lilybomb still has quite a bit of way to go to be a city. There's quite a large army on that ship. It's kind of concerning, but again, hopefully they're going over to Spain and not to us. That would be the nice thing. And yeah, looks pretty good for this turn, so I think it's about time to end it. Just diplomat. Oh, speaking of which, yeah. Diplomat block reminds me that I have diplomats to move. We can move him over here. I guess they're both going towards the Dacians at the same time. That's fine. What can you do? But looks like the Bruttii are actually trying to move up against the Gauls, perhaps, instead of fighting the Macedonians, which they should. But you know, that's okay. They can do what they want, I suppose. We'll probably wrangle them into a war with the Macedonians at some point. Looks like the Macedonians are going to try to race them for those rebel provinces up north. And the Gauls are moving down with large force. So that's interesting. Oh, and there's a burp, sorry. And these pirates are still just chilling their gold experience. Oh my gosh. Gold chevrons. Sana finished a forum. So we can plug in an assassin there. And I forgot to build a building, of course. I'm silly like that. We can go for next Temple of Saturn, probably. Because the faction leader's not going to live too much longer, and then the city's going to be pretty unhappy when he dies. So having a little more happiness in the bank is never a bad idea. We can raise the happiness raise the tax rate in Syracuse. So that's fine with me. Build some buildings there. And in Sparta, we can go for... I think it's probably better to try to replace the temple now. Probably a good idea. Definitely temple to Vulcan here, as this will be a military settlement. Although it does have a low population, it will eventually become very powerful. And Macedon and the Greek cities declare a ceasefire, probably because they saw that we were taking Corinth. So they decided, yeah, ceasefire, might as well. Hopefully that doesn't mean they're going to try to turn against us, however, because that would be unfortunate. But we'll see. We'll see what that big army right there is going to do. Hopefully not fight us. But if it does, we'll try to fight them off. And yeah. 7 more turns till Corinth is taken. And then we're going to probably hit Rhodes and Kydonia. Try to take them out as soon as possible, because then we'll... Actually, I think we might defeat the Greek cities with that, so that'll be kind of nice. The Greek cities will be defeated, and we'll have control of the large sea area, so lots of sea trading will be available. Be very nice for us. Just kind of scrolling around, checking everything out. I like to do that as the Romans sometimes, just kind of scroll around and look at things. Because there's a lot more to look at as the Romans, because you have 2 other family members, 2 other factions that do stuff. You know, so you have a lot more information available. Oh, and apparently Thrace took this over. So it's not a Dacian settlement anymore. Oops! So we're going to have to go talk to some Dacians somewhere else, because they lost their capital. So go Thrace. Thrace is kicking it. Thrace is doing pretty good up north there. Just kind of like... Hopefully they don't do as good as they did in our Thrace LP, because that would be bad. We don't want them to kill the Romans. But if they do, you know, we'll try to fight back, and hopefully we can win. I think it's time for an academy in our capital, or our previous capital. Get some militia barracks over there, and then get the second temple here. And they got some ships coming in, but no troops. And holy cow, that's a lot of diplomatic information. Lots of Egypt and Dacia stuff going on. Nothing that really concerns me, but yeah, not a big deal. And oh, we can talk to the Scythians here too, so that's nice. Get some trade rights, and how about some map information? Oh. Yeah, we'll take that. Not too much money, so not a big deal. And we got the Germans over here as well. Perhaps just exploring. Perhaps they're planning on attacking the Dacians at some point. That'd be interesting. And we can go talk to the Dacians there, hopefully. Looks like there's a possible face-off between the Gauls and the Bruttii, which the Bruttii look like they lost. So the Gauls might try to take back Salona, because I believe that was Gallic land before. So that could be interesting. But hopefully our Bruttii allies can succeed. And we'll check our diplomacy here, see what Macedon's up to. Macedon's not actually at war with anyone, but they're allies with us and Thrace. Hard to say what their next objective is going to be, but we're going to have to watch out for Macedon, because they don't have any other enemies, so they may go attack us. And things are looking pretty good. This is a pretty weak rebel army, so but we have a pretty weak army as well, so can't really fight that at the moment. Although I could probably beat it with our general, but don't want to risk that. Is what I'm saying. And things are looking pretty good. I think it's about time to save and end the turn. And now, those rebel ships had 2 gold experience bands now, so that's pretty threatening. It's a lot of damage. Luckily, there's only 3 ships though. And anything interesting happen? Not really. That's okay. 5 more turns until that settlement falls. Stoic philosophy, the art of sitting and doing nothing. That's awesome. And we're in the positive money again, and we're most advanced faction. That's pretty cool. So that's awesome. And Sparta is trying to spy, and Greek sailors are trying to spy in Sparta. I mean, Publius Scipio has come of age. He's looking like, he's looking like a governor. I was kind of hoping for a commander, but that last trait's good, but he's got some bad traits otherwise. So yeah, he's got less HP. He's got less stuff. You know, he's just not a good guy for it. And Aulus Scipio, you know, he sucks. He's starting to learn a little bit, but he's still not that good. And Flavius hasn't learned much, probably because there isn't an academy there, and we're getting that in there soon. So that'll be good. And lots of Egypt is just going crazy with the diplomacy, which is very odd. And Temple of Saturn is constructing in Masana, so we can go and build. I'm thinking roads. You might say, well, why are you building roads on an island? It's like, well, it still helps trade a little bit. And help movement speed, too, on the island. I always usually build roads on any island, regardless. Just because it helps travel to the port, even if the port's very close to the settlement. It helps travel to the port. It helps trade to the port. I'm not sure the actual distance matters. I don't know. I don't know if it's really worth it, but I end up building roads on islands quite often. We're going to build some army here, 4 units of Histati, 2 Equites, and 2 archers. And we may actually use this guy for fighting. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll pull him out. And he'll be the commander for this little army that we're going to make here. And tack on, let's see, we got that many units queued up. So we can tack on a few extra units here. A couple more. And we'll tack on some units up in Capua. Few there. And that should be pretty nice for us. We can get a nice big army going. And we should be able to take out something with that. Perhaps send it over to take Rhodes while we try to take Kydonia with Gaius over here. I believe it's Gaius, right? Yeah. And or we can go help the Julii in the north if they're still having lots of trouble. So we'll see though. We're gonna save it and end the turn. And Dacian diplomacy time. Trade rights, map info, go. And looks like the Dacians are only down to 2 settlements. That's pretty unfortunate. Guess they're getting hammered from all sides. And surprising that they didn't take those rebel settlements there. They usually jump all over those 3 there. So it'll be interesting to see who gets those rebel settlements. And there's really nowhere to send this guy to be honest. Actually, I have an idea. We're going to send him down here. Or not. Come on. Send him down here. There we go. And once we get those ships over here, we'll ferry him over to like Asia Minor so we can start talking to the Middle Eastern factions so we can get some more diplomacy there. Because getting trade rights with those guys will be very helpful considering we're going to have islands in the area soon, hopefully. So there's that. And I think Egypt was the most advanced faction again, unfortunately. And Syracuse will build roads as well. And Sparta has finished Temple of Vulcan, so we can go build something else here. And we can retrain these guys with a little better equipment. And what should we build? We could build stone walls. We could build that. Yeah, we'll build a 3rd level Temple of Vulcan. That'll give us an extra armor upgrade, as you can see. Heavy, light, and armor upgrades. Unfortunately, the Temple of Vulcan does not give ranged attack upgrades, so your ranged units will be a little less powerful than, say, your melee units. or you know, ranged units from a experienced temple, or ranged units from a missile increased temple, which are kind of popular sometimes. But, you know, I'm not a real big fan of the missile attack temples because +3 missile attack isn't really necessary, to be honest. Because you can get +2 from your smiths, and then, you know, then you only need +1 to get up to gold, so there's really no need for that. Get in the turn there, and see what happens. That big Mason army is kind of scaring me, but hopefully they don't move out. Please don't move out. Please don't attack me. Please don't. Oh, come on, Carthage. Oh, come on, faction leader. Dang. Just as I thought, morale went down quite a bit. And we'll pull out these units, start building some peasant garrison. We're going to have to get some of the army out. Now is the time to move this guy over here. Help the happiness a little bit because he's got 5 influence. Or 5% bonus because of his influence, I should say. And still making a little bit more money. That's cool. Faction leader died. That means Julianus, who is in Capua, is now our faction leader. And Flavius got a geometer. I don't know how you say that. It's not a word you say every day, so I'm not too sure. Get a little form up there, and then over here we can build a practice ranger stables. Gonna vote for stables because you know, his stati have ranged weapons, so we don't really need javelineers as much as we do cavalry. That's kind of my position as the Romans. I usually focus on barracks and stables early on, and then when I have those solidly put into place, then I'll build some ranges. Although I do like archers. And the Greeks did land some troops, but probably not enough to stop us. So that's fine. And the Gauls are moving northward for some reason. Maybe they're going to go take some rebel settlements. I don't know. Looks like they've done decently well against our Bruttii friends. The Bruttii don't seem to have much army going on. And, you know, we'll probably send this guy downward as well. Maybe to go over somewhere. Or maybe just garrison over here or something. Not sure. And, ooh, they have Macedonian cavalry now. Very threatening. And they can train it there with second level stable. So, pretty threatening. Just making sure they're not at war with anyone else. Yep, they're not, which is unfortunate. And the Senate wants us to be allies with them, so that's good. And the Greek cities, they're not too angry at it anymore. They're more angry at Carthage than they are at the Greek cities, which I'm not sure why. And they want us to be allies with Spain, probably because they're fighting Carthage, I would imagine. And yeah. Speaking of which, let's go check out what's going on over here. Remember to right-click on the map to see what is happening as far as who owns the territory. It's automatically updated, even though, you know, it looks like it's Carthaginian land. If the Spanish did take it, it would update. So, there we go. There's the big yawn. And our big navy is looking pretty sexy over there. Not going to lie. And I think that's good for this turn. So we're going to end it. After building a unit here, I think we can build some... We'll build a unit trireme and build a unit archers. You can use the trireme for our diplomat that we're going to bring down here. And it'd be kind of like a suicide mission for that navy, but hopefully we can get the diplomat over. And we'll send the spy out into the army as well. Put them in the boats. Garrison them in the boats there. Just making sure we got them both in there. Good. And now we can train up some units. After we get the population under control of Masana. And we can start training in Masana as well. Because they do have militia barracks. And I did decide to build militia barracks there just so the war in Sicily would be easier. And it's still helpful now, so no problems. And the Greeks still haven't tried to break the siege. That is totally fine with me. They're just draining their troops inside the settlement. And they got 2 family members. They got their faction leader and another family member here, so I guess they don't really care about their family. That's fine. And holy cow, Egypt, come on. Stop with the diplomacy. You're crazy. You're crazy, Egypt. And Masana finished this paved road, so now we can go for, I think communal farming would probably be the best idea. And yeah, that looks pretty good. So, there we go. And we're starting to lose a little bit of money, but that's understandable because we're starting to build lots of units, and hopefully we can take some territory with those units, and that'll help our economy out. You know, we still got the rebels up there. We'll probably send out some of the army to go kill that, and then en route to Rhodes, perhaps. Probably our plan. Or we can take an army from there that we're training and fight them, and then just have them be retrained. And we'll add a couple more Hastati here. Because we'll add a couple more. Yeah, spies. Yeah, we need spies. Spies would be a good idea. Let's do that. Because it'll take a turn or two to get up to Capua from Syracuse with the Navy. So we can train a couple extra units, and we'll just train a couple assassins at Messana. Don't even worry about military production there, really. And it looks like the Gauls are getting hurt a little bit, but they are fighting back the Brutii. And the Julii still don't have much going on. So I think they do need some help, unfortunately. We're going to save it. And in the turn, and the diplomats are going to move, and because I forgot to move in this turn, and I'm talking like a roller coaster. Isn't that fun? No, probably wasn't. Probably not fun for anyone, so. Greek City is still not trying to break the siege. I guess they really do not care about Corinth, even though I think they're down to 3 settlements now, so. I don't know what their problem is, but, you know, not my problem. I guess that's obvious, isn't it? And Juliana Scipio and Quintus Scipio are now praetors, which is pretty cool. Let's go check that out. Their 3rd level office. There's 4 of those, so they're 2 of the 4. I believe praetors are the ones that can commission army movement. So it looks like the Bruttii don't have permission to send armies out. I'm talking about historically, not that it doesn't affect anything in game. None of the offices really affect anything. They just give your guys traits. But I'm just saying, for historical purposes, I think praetors are the ones that commissioned armies to go fight. And we'll build some blacksmith over here in Sparta. We're going to go for the full upgrade path here at Sparta before we start building some military buildings. Because, again, that's going to be one of our military settlements, so we're going to pump military buildings out there. And I'm really surprised the Greeks really aren't trying to respond with anything. I'm sure they can train troops in Rhodes and in Kydonia, but I guess they just really don't care. Or maybe they're getting killed by the pirates, who knows. But they have a lot of ships here, and none of them have troops, so I don't know. They're crazy. Random Julii Navy over there is interesting. Holy cow! Egypt and Dacia are like the diplomatic turds of the world. Although it looks like Dacia got the bad end of that deal. 2 wars and a broken alliance. Not very good for them. And everything else is looking okay. Okie dokes. Hopefully the Julii can hold on. Looks like the Britons have not landed yet, as well as the Gauls have taken Transalpine Gaul. Looks like the Dacians are trying to defend with forts up here. 3 forts, pretty interesting. Hopefully that works out for them. Well, I don't really care, to be honest, but that may or may not work out for them. And yeah, so we're gonna save it and end the turn, and hopefully the Greeks sally forth or something. I mean, come on, you gotta give us some effort, Greeks. Come on. And come on, last chance. There you go. A little sally forth from Antigonos here, and he's got 3 units of damaged hoplites, damaged archers, damaged peltas, and he's pretty good himself though. He got some interesting traits. Yeah, he's decently old though. Priest of Nike is pretty good. Nike. Why am I yawning? I guess it's better to yawn while it's loading. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know. I had a good night's sleep. Just seems like a yawn. Maybe it's the position I record these in. I don't know. Who knows? And how's it going today, guys? It is August 11th and Saturday. Second to last day of the Olympics, so if you haven't caught the Olympics yet, I would advise you do that today or tomorrow before they end, just so you can see what's going on with the Olympics. And I'm not sure if there's a place you can watch highlights or not. Well, I'm sure you can on YouTube. There's probably plenty of Olympic stuff on YouTube if you want to watch. And don't tell me you don't know how to get on YouTube, because this is only available on YouTube. So pwned. Or is it? Maybe some people are pirating my videos. Stop it! Stop it. Stop it. Although I'm not sure who would do that, but... Anyway, we're lining up the guys here to engage. Although, you know, there's not really too much threat going on. I guess the biggest threat comes in their general units themselves. Because they're heavy cavalry. And they get a decent mass and number of them. And all the blue Romans moving around. Looks pretty nice. And we'll see what they do. Looks like they're going out the other gate. A family member there. This guy's chilling over here with his spear-armed Greek hat cavalry. And the Scorpion's firing already at something. Not sure what. Did Scorpions really just kill 3 guys in one shot? Wow. 3 of our own guys. They can't... You know what? I don't even like Scorpions. Why... See, this is why I don't build Scorpions, guys. Well, you know, I haven't been able to anyway, because Scorpions are only available to the Romans. But this is why I won't build Scorpions in this LP. Because they cause a lot of friendly fire. Oh, come on! Really, 3 more? Okay, you're done. You're done. Stop. Stop firing. You're done. You killed 6 of our own men. You are done, sir. I can expect that from onagers, but onagers are more effective against enemy troops, so... Oh, shoot. They got their archers firing at us. And they're well protected from their hoplites, so we can't launch a cavalry strike. And I don't really want to move my infantry up because they have their towers there that'll get some extra casualties on us, so... It's, we'll try to skirmish them with our cavalry here because they're a little bit exposed, but I don't think it's going to work super well. Holy cow! I wish I could tell my mouth to stop yawning. Yeah, we're going to charge in there. Oh, it's probably a bad idea. But we are going to skirmish the archers a little bit, hurt them. But we did lose a bit of cavalry from the enemy hoplites, as, you know, they are very effective against cavalry. And I'll try to launch another attack. We only killed 5 of the archers, so it wasn't even worth it man for man. I'm sure horses cost more than bows, so... we're just going to kind of let them shoot, I guess. We don't really have anything else to do. We can probably retrain these guys anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And if we can build militia barracks pretty easily. And, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we should move this guy up here. Real quick. And have him fire some shots from the siege tower. I don't know why I didn't start with him on the siege tower, because it's interesting, because you can actually, look at that, it's actually firing at these troops here. Pretty interesting. Although I don't think it's really going to kill anyone. But it's definitely more effective when you have the ballista siege towers at large stone walls. But I just figured I'd do that real quick. Move him back. He's not going to be too useful on the siege ramp. Move our general out here, and I think we can probably try to flank the archers now. And they're sending in their heavy calves, so we're going to have to watch those. We don't really have any spearmen or anything to fight those with, because we can't get Triara yet. And Town Watch probably wouldn't be too good. I'm not a big fan of Town Watch. And, okay, they're definitely charging in. So, let's get our Hastati to countercharge a little bit with our swords. I accidentally did the spears. And I try to get our Equites to surround them. And these guys should be firing their javelins at the enemy hoplites. So that'll be very effective. We'll move these guys over here and try to surround and pound. That sounds gross, but whatever. And now we can charge into these peltas as well, hopefully. And, yeah, you get out of there. We don't want you fighting in that little battle there. And, we'll get them to charge into the back of these... Well, I don't know if we really need it, but we'll do it anyway. Right into the back of this hoplite unit here. Boosh! Bourgeois! There we go. Routed them. Should be able to route this hoplite unit here. This guy needs help. These guys need help over here. They're getting destroyed a little bit, but, dang. That general unit's pretty powerful. And we're losing quite a bit of our general unit as well, fighting hoplites, but that's okay. Probably didn't need to do that. Probably risking my general unnecessarily, but that's okay. And they sent in their secondary general to come fight here. We're going to take him out with the cavalry charge to the back, because he's wavering already, and he should go down pretty easy. There we go. He's routing. And the enemy king is routing, so there you go. And who is not routing? These peltas. So we got to run down these peltas and these archers here. and then we should be able to win automatically, even though we didn't kill either of their family members. If we just end the battle, because they're sailing forth, we end the battle, and they die anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Does not matter at all. And we killed their king right there, so that's awesome. We can end the battle, clear victory. Oh, they took 400 casualties on us. Holy cow. Well, that was kind of bad, actually. But, luckily we should be able to retrain. And it's not going to be too bad. So, there we go. And, here comes another tough decision again. Ooh, I don't know. I think we could occupy, but, I think we're going to enslave. We don't want to exterminate because it's only a large town. If we enslave, you can get up to city status pretty soon. And it's not too much population to have to worry about. And it'll make them happier. So I think enslaving was the best idea there. And there goes our first wonder captured. If you heard that noise, that is the sound of a wonder capture. And we're just going to check things out real quick over there. And let's check it out. The statue of Zeus at Olympia. The capture of this great wonder is a magnificent feat by our troops, worthy of any hero of Rome. The statue of Zeus gives a +4 bonus to population loyalty in all settlements. That's equivalent to 20%, I'm pretty sure. And there's a pretty cool movie, pretty cool music. So that's 1 out of 7 of the wonders that we have to capture during this LP, because I believe that was one of our 3 victory conditions. I'll go over them again real quick. Oh, Lily Bomb grew, that's cool. Probably because of the enslavement. Anyway, our 3 victory conditions is we're going to have to control every settlement around the Mediterranean. So, like Byzantium is the cap there, but pretty much every other rim settlement of the Mediterranean, we have to control the Mediterranean by the end of the game. We have to get at least 50 regions and take Rome, because that is the long campaign goal. And third mission is to take all 7 wonders of the world. So, there we go. There's our objective. And we've already done a little bit of the wonder capture, and we're working on the rim control, of course, by taking these settlements. We haven't taken any settlements that are not part of the Mediterranean border yet, so we've been working on that the whole time. And we can merge these guys here. Easy retrainment is easy. And looks like they have a blacksmith, so we're gonna have to pick out the injured units and then retrain a couple of the not so injured units, you know. And build a unit of cavalry as well. And we can get rid of the Temple of Artemis. We don't really need that. Build a Temple of... Which one was it? Oh yeah, Saturn was the happiness one. So let's get that one. And I gotta set some more stuff to retrain, I guess. Oh, I guess the Temple of Artemis changed how things are trained. So let's get the archers back on there. And some of the Hastati and Scorpions. Might as well. And lots of Greek ships in the water. Very interesting. Looks like that Juliet ship's probably going to die next turn, I would imagine. You got rebels and Greek cities in the area. And, yeah. So the army construction is looking pretty good up here. So I'm not too worried about that. We should be able to get this army over here pretty soon. And I think now is the time to set Messana to our faction's capital. That'll make Syracuse and Messana happier, as well as the settlement. Capua is still pretty happy, so I'm not too worried about that. Holy crap, they're happy. Probably because of all those units we're building. It makes Sparta and Corinth a little bit happier as well. We can turn up the tax rates in there. So that works out for us. Corinth is at 4,000 out of 6,000, so it'll get there pretty quick, as long as we're not training too much. And the Macedonians are still looking pretty powerful. Thessalonica is a large city now, which means they can train their most powerful units in that settlement if they get the correct buildings, which is scary, but again, hopefully the Brudii will deal with the Macedonians instead of us, because that's kind of their job. And Carthage is looking decently weak, but we're not going to land troops there yet. We got to take out the Greek cities first, and then we'll probably move westward towards Carthage. And everything's looking pretty good. Building is going underway as planned, and that's probably all I'm going to do today, guys. Thanks for joining this episode, and hopefully next time we can launch attacks on the Greek cities' islands. And yeah, Brandlord signing out, and have a wonderful day, and don't fall down a flight of stairs and break your neck, because that would be bad. and I want to see you around here. So don't just stop falling down the stairs right now. Okay? All right, bye.